Testing. Can we hear me? Testing. Can we hear me? Testing. Why is it doing that again? Why is it doing that again? Hmm. Test, test. Test, test. Oh, this is gonna bug me. Why does it do this? Oh, this is gonna bug me. Why does it do this? I wanna. Oh. Oh. I don't want to hear it in my damn headphones. I don't want to hear it in my damn headphones. Well, I guess. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Again. Well, I guess. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Again. It ain't one thing, it's another. Now I got this echo in my freaking headphones, and I don't know why the hell I got that. It ain't one thing, it's another. Now I got this echo in my freaking headphones, and I don't know why the hell I got that. It ain't one thing, it's another. Now I got this echo in my freaking headphones, and I don't know why the hell I got that. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Not probably going to be a very long stream tonight. Alrighty, let's go. Get my cup of coffee here. And I think we'll try to go set up a field of corn. And let's grab a donut on the way out too. Yep, there we go. Alright. And close the door. And let's see. What the hell is this? Now I know why. Tyler must actually been on doing some harvesting today. Well, this must be Tyler's stuff. I'm going to have to jump his butt. You don't leave the server with a truck parked in the middle of the road. Because if you do that and someone else gets on and plays and it's sitting there, you can wreak havoc with auto drive. He must have got another new truck again. Alrighty. Well, let's see what we can do. Get us a course play set up here. Unfold that corn head. And I don't know. Let's start in the corner down here. So, how's everybody tonight? Hopefully everybody's had a good day. Everybody had a good holiday weekend, and everybody got stuffed, and they're finally not foundered anymore on food. Oh, you know, this kind of stuff's neat. It really is. But it's also freaking annoying. Alright. Let's get some course play set up. And course play. There you are. And we're down here. In the corner. Great job. CP field. Okay. Open, close, strand. 3. We'll do... I think one headline will be enough with 3. Sharp, clockwise, and 4% lands. And anybody, welcome to the stream. If anybody's popped in and I haven't noticed you, I'm going to do a little bit of harvesting tonight. I don't know how long the stream's going to be. I don't think it's going to be the 2 hours as normal. I didn't. Had a long day at work today. We finally got some nice weather, and we're starting to hit it hard. We're behind. We got field work to do, and like none other. Normally this time of year we've got some of our field work done, and this year we don't. We got started last Friday. So it's been a long day, and I didn't sleep all that great last night, so probably won't be a long stream. But nonetheless, I set it up last night before I went to bed, so I'm gonna do a stream anyway. So let's see, we got 3 combines. I don't think I need 6 rows. Let's go 3, it's 9. What's this look like if we do 3? 3, close. How does that look? 3, yeah, close. Let's go 2. Let's see what 2 does. Yeah, that'll work. Let's see how 2 works. We'll see how 2 does. The bad thing about that is you're constantly opening up a great land, but I don't know. Maybe we'll go back to 3. Bad thing is yeah, we'll stick with that, I guess. All right. And copy. Q left, first waypoint. Come on, you're unfolded. There we go. Copy. Center. First waypoint. Welcome to the stream. If anybody's joined the stream. Kind of dead tonight, it looks like. don't need this fuel trailer just yet. Why the Sam hell is he not supposed to be dropping? When in the hell did that change? Straw swath. When did that get activated? Oh, I swear, there's always some bullshit. Oh, I know what I forgot to get over here. Ah, I thought I had everything over I needed. Forgot to get my mother bin going. Oh, dummy. Alright. Copy. Center. Right. First waypoint. Get to it, buddy. Oh, should turn that to mid-gaming. Alright. Come on. I want you. Oh, I go from having a really good stream to having a stream where there ain't nobody. Whoa. I suppose we'll get some fuel quick. So how am I supposed to talk when there's no one here to talk to? I know, really sucks for replayability when there ain't nobody in here. When there ain't nobody in here and Morris is in here, at least I got him to talk to. Anyway, someday, I'll get this thing all set up right away, and I'll also have all these followers hopefully someday, and when I start a live stream, there'll be, bang, people there right now, and I'll be ready, and everything will be perfect, and at least I figured out what my echo is. Don't watch your own live stream off of the stream studio thing, because then it echoes in your headphones. Cause at least I knew the sound was working, I guess. That's why I was doing that, to make sure my sound was okay, my voice was loud enough. The other day, really? Morris, why did you leave that trailer out in the field? Do I want the big one or do I want the little one? I suppose we'll take the big one, I guess. We'll take the big one in hopes I got really awesome corn yields. How's that sound? And you Go to field 214. And you suppose you can get there without by going through the bridge and not being stupid. Hi, Dylan. Welcome to the stream. No, buddy, you're not too late. Nobody's been in here, so you're probably one of the first ones. So welcome to the stream. Just getting going here. I forgot to get my mother bin set up, so I guess you'll get to watch me set up my mother bin quick. While I got combines full and they're waiting. So, how are you this evening? You doing pretty good? Did you have a good Easter holiday there, Dylan? I know I did. I ate too much. Dad made us a really, really good smoked prime rib for Easter, which that's the first time we've had smoked prime rib on Easter. Usually we have ham on Easter and smoked prime rib on Christmas, but you know, by God, you never turn down a good prime rib. Yeah, Dylan, you are correct there. I was talking about that a little bit ago, and when no one was on, I was rambling to myself about how how the live stream tonight probably is not going to be as long as what they have been. I set it up last night, you know, after getting back from the families, and I thought, well, I'll be all right. And for some reason, I didn't sleep all that great last night, and we're busier and all get out at work. The beach, huh? That's cool. Lucky you. I've never done much at the beach. I've never been on a. Well, I take that back. I was on a beach in Japan one time, but I don't. That's been so long ago. Anyhow, so we've had all kinds of weather, and in my real life farming job, and we've been behind. As like I said earlier, we normally by now we're a bit into the fields, and oh, I see. Well, I'm sorry I misunderstood you there, Dylan. Anyway, it's been a long day today because we're just busier and all get out. The weather's finally nice, and we started Friday doing some field work, and so today we were really busy because everybody's just doing everything, and we got last minute things in the shop we're trying to get fixed, and we're waiting on parts, and oh, I tell you what, that parts thing, that's a pain in the rear. Nobody wants to stock parts for nothing anymore. They'd rather tell you, oh, we can have it in a week, or we can have it tomorrow in our case, if the Denver depot's got it. I'm like, yeah, right, sure, but we need it now. 6,000 acres between his farm and custom work. We're down in North Carolina. I can relate to the weather. I've been having to do equipment pairs to help prep. Yeah. That's where we are. Like Sid said, we had some stuff in the shops that waiting on parts, and then of course we tried to talk the boss. Boss ended up buying a new planter when the local dealership had a really good deal on a planter. It only had 2,000 acres on it. It was only 1 year old. And we trying to talk him into it because the new planter was going to cost to replace what we got. It's going to cost, about $325,000 or $345,000, somewhere in there. Set up close to what we already have, just newer. We have a 1720 stack fold 16 row John Deere, and the dealership had one that had 2,000 acres on it, 1 year. And man, they wanted, what they want for that? Just right at $200,000. Which, yes, $200,000, lots of money. I get you. it's lots of money. But when you have to buy the brand new one, spec'd out the way you wanted, and it's $350,000 at $200,000 for. Anyway, he didn't go for it. Somebody else bought it. But he informed us today that there's a 1725 coming up on auction. It would be similar to ours with exact emerged planter units, which is the new electric drive plant 10 mile an hour. And it's like, well, that's all fine and dandy, but we ought to be getting our planter out now and working on it now, not waiting and see if you're going to actually win the bid on this other planter and be put back a week on repairs on this other planter. But I guess such is life. If you can get a good deal on a newer planter, why not? But you got to get out of that guy's way because he's going to come right down here in order to set up my auto drive for the unload. And I cannot do the Kadurk thing. Man, that guy, I watched him 2 or 3 times, and I watched his latest tutorial on his, on, on using the grain cart thing with course play. And every time I use grain cart and course play, it just turns out to be it just ends out to be a fiasco. So for me, course play with the combines, and I still use auto drive for the grain carts. It just works better for me. Okay, let me catch up here, Dylan. Okay, you are industrial equipment dealership, machinist, engine builder. Oh, that's cool. My uncle's shop has 5 minutes from my house, so I'm over there often. That's cool. Yeah, I would have been too. Oh, the farmer I work for, it's a family farm. It's what are we on? Fourth, fifth generation, something like that. It was established in 1905 or something like that. But anyway, well, Dylan, when you do figure out course play and auto drive, you will be happy that you did because on single player and the style of gaming I like, which is bigger equipment, big fields like Huron, and in my single player I'm using Evergreen and it's got really big fields on it too. You can't play without. You just cannot play without. Now, if you sit here a minute, I'll give you some tips on the whole grain cart aspect here. But to answer your question on what kind of crops that we have, I live in western Nebraska. We do have a few specialized crops. One of them being Great Northern edible beans. So we raise edible beans. Um, the year just varies from year to year on how many we have. Whether we have more Great Northerns or pintos. We also usually raise pintos, but there's navies raised in this area. There's also small reds raised in this area. Uh, there's a few black beans raised in this area, but the majority of what's raised here, as far as edible beans go, are pintos and Great Northerns. And I had read somewhere at one time, well, actually my boss told me this, that Nebraska here, the Panhandle, Nebraska, where I live, and eastern Wyoming around Torrington raise like 90% of the world's supply of Great Northern beans, which I never really looked that up to see if it was true or not, but that's a little tidbit of information, I guess. But anyway, so we raise edible beans, we raise corn, and once in a while in a pivot corner, we might have some winter wheat, but most of the time our corners are furrow irrigated with our pivots, so we go ahead and just plant them with corn or whatever crop we're planting on the pivot at the time. So another big thing that's grown in our area are sugar beets. There's a lot of sugar beets grown here. We don't grow sugar beets. We got out of the sugar beet thing, thank God. From a farmer standpoint, it's a specialized crop. You have to have special equipment that costs lots of money. And our local sugar beet factory, sugar factory, It's changed hands a couple times. It went into a co-op, and now it's kind of a, you're just kind of suckered if you raise beets. You got to have contract and shares, and if you have shares, they force you to plant and grow those beets. You cannot never not grow beets. You have to fill those shares. It's kind of a weird deal. All I know is my boss got out of it before the last co-op change, and we've never raised beets since then. Thank God. They're just kind of a pain in the butt. The way they got it set up here, anyway. But so our farm, we like I said, it's like, I think it's shy. It's just 3,300 acres is what we have, and I believe I was told at one time about 2,900 acres of that's farmable, somewhere in there. So last year we had about 550 acres of alfalfa. This year we're putting another half pivot in, so that's probably 35, 40 acres, so almost 600 acres of alfalfa this year. And so, 600 minus, let's just say 2,800 acres. So 600, so there's 2,200 acres, and we vary. The rest of it varies between what we have for beans and our corn. So most years we have about 1,800 acres of corn. So that leaves you, what, 400 acres of beans. So it varies a couple hundred acres between the two. So that's what we have. All right, now I got my combines going. I need to quit babbling here real quick, Dylan, and I will show you the trick to grain carts and auto drive and course play. And I learned this by watching the Farm Sim guy, and I have perfected it. It works pretty good, and I like using a mother bin, especially if you got a big field or you got a high yielding crop. And the big thing with the mother bin that I have found, and this one is a modded one. It's the in-game one, but it's modded, so it's a little higher capacity. Uh, Unload rate's a little better. But anyway, what I have found, make sure your spout's out and make sure it's adjusted so it shoots it out all the way so you can move the thing. Make sure it's shooting out all the way. And after you do this and you get your mother bin where you want, don't mess with it. Don't accidentally fold the auger. I have learned this the hard way because what happens is it creates an odd collision, so then your trucks detect that collision on auto drive, and you play hell getting your trucks to drive by it and load like they're supposed to. So, now this is what I have, and unfortunately, I probably should have went 2 headlands and went 6 altogether. So, I know Mr. Realistic here is not going to be very realistic because I want to have you want to have a nice oval loop here when you're making this with auto drive. You come over here to your deal, and this is what I do. Bring it up. We're going to hit record. And you get your very first point comes up, and you bring it up, and this is field 214. So what I do is 214, or you can put field 214 or 214, and then I put cart, wait, enter. And now we'll make us a loop. And normally this loop's just a little bit bigger. If you make a nice big loop here, and it's not very tight, it usually works out okay. So I'll get my auger out here. And I've also found that these Brent grain carts they work great for this because the augers are just long enough. And see, I'm trying to show something, and this is also a problem. See, I already fudded up. So, I'll show you how to fix your fub ups with course play. We won't record anymore. Now, you got to come down here, and if you hit the left Alt button and you click on these, you can delete all your points. And I'm going to delete all these because I need to be bigger. I just didn't go quite big enough. because I want a nice smooth oval curve here. So I'm just going to start over. And I want that one deleted. I want that one deleted. I want that one deleted. Where am I at here? Why the hell is that there? Delete that. And delete that. And then we need to reconnect this one. Alright. And delete that one. Alright. So, now to fix my fub up. Dylan, yes, you can harvest edible beans with the regular conventional combine, or they do have Picket, which is a specialized bean equipment maker. Um, they also have a bean combine. It's a pole type combine. Probably as far as the looks of it, looks looks wise, looks real similar to a peanut combine as far as the physical look of the outside of it. But I'm sure it's totally different on the inside. But all right, now back to what I was trying to do earlier and screwed up. Record. We'll name our point again. What? 214 grain cart weight. Enter. Okay. And we'll make it a little wider this time. That way our curved, nice curve. Come in here like so. All right, so I know that. And you need to make sure you always pull past. You want one point past, wherever that's at. And then we're going to name this point 214 cart unload. Enter. Now we'll finish making our oval loop here. And we'll come around here. And I've made a lot prettier than this one. This one's not all that pretty. And stop recording. Connect the two. And I'll kind of move these over a little here. Well, I tell you what, once I figured out this right click thing on moving these points around and deleting points, and you can add a point and all that kind of stuff, boy, it makes course play so much better. Or I mean auto drive to edit. And I need to come over here and I want to fix this. I'm going to delete this point here. We'll delete that point. Add these two together. And this I want to bring out just a little bit. And we'll bring this one over a little. Over. And this one? Nope. It's not the one. We'll bring that one over. And that one over. I'll put you back. So you're close to where you were. That's close. Alright. Alright, so now that that's done, we'll go ahead and we'll close out of the edit. Let's go to the combine setting here. And we're going to go in the default 214 cart weight on your weight point here. And then cart unload. We're going to put 214 cart unload and hit start. Now we need to go to the combines. And on your combines, all you have to do is in here, as you go up to default, and you put cart weight. And now it will communicate with that cart. Default cart weight. And you don't have to do anything, you just have to fill that in. You don't have to hit the start button or anything. Just fill it in. That's all you got to do. And let's get the other combine. 214 weight. 214 weight. And I don't need you. And now you'll also see something else I do. And another thing I will do is I'll come over here, and I won't record a loop, won't record a track or anything, but I'm going to put a flag. So I always put edit, record. We get 1 point here, and that's all I want. So I'm done recording. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to put 214 mother bin. Bin and point. And my reasoning behind this is because that way when I come back next time for harvest, I can park my tractor with the mother bin, click OK right here, because you know it needs to be in the center of the cab. Park it here. You're in all of these other tracks that you left, you should be able to leave them, and it'll work on anything your next time you need it. That's why I do that. Okay, so now that we've got that done, we need to make our trucks. Ooh, got kind of close there. But now I'm going to edit my 214 field here. So let's do our specialty thing here. Left alt, and we're going to delete this. Come on, left alt, and it's left mouse click also that deletes these if you've never done this. We're going to delete these because we don't want this course, but I don't mind how it comes in here, and we'll still leave 214, but we'll delete these here. And then we'll set up our, dang it. We'll set up our mother bin course here. And I need to go control, left mouse click will bring you a new point, in case you didn't know that. And drag you, means I accidentally deleted that. So we need to go from here to here, and from here to here. And there we go. Okay. So let's get my truck so it's straight. Straighter anyway. Open the tarp. Come on. There we go. That's looky there. He's going to unload. See? No problems. All right. Good. And record. And I have the connect thing shut off. So we'll connect this. And maybe it'll finish our course. And we'll come in here and scooch over a scotch. And there again, when you're doing this, you want to point so it's way past. Come on. You want it so it's past the back of whatever your trailer is, whether it's a triple hopper or a double hopper. So now I'm going to name this point 214 mother bin, smell, mother bin, truck, load. Enter. And that's all you got to do here when you're doing that. And then come up here a little ways. And then make a nice little Veer into your auto drive route, connect that, and then we will come back here and we will we'll put it which one do I want to use here? Go from this one to this one, or do you want to go to this one or this one? Let's see. So if you do your click like you want to make a line, connect lines, left click, and then you come over here and you hold it on a point, and then use your scroll wheel on your mouse. It'll make a curve for you, like so, as long as you're holding it on the point you want to connect it to. And I'm not real sold on that. So we'll come back over here, we'll decollect that. Let's try this one. Let's go this one. I think I'm going to like this one a little better. Anyway, roll your scroll wheel on your mouse, get yourself a nice curve. Yeah, that ain't bad. And then left click and bingo, you're done. So now you get out of the development mode or whatever they call that. Edit mode, that's right, edit mode. And we need to go down to pick up and deliver. We're going to go default 214 mother bin truckload. We're hauling corn. And we're going to take it to Neal Farms. Grain bin unload. Now, we'll see how this all works. We'll see if I did any good. Hi, Farm Sims freak. Welcome to the server stream. Yep. Sorry, if you kind of snuck in here a little sooner. I was setting up stuff. I didn't mean to ignore you or miss your coming in the room. But thanks for joining the stream tonight. And Dylan, I really appreciate you being here too. Hopefully I explained that to you and showed that to you okay there, Dylan. You're going to pull up here and sometimes these triple hopper trailers, you'll have a bit of a problem when he pulls up. Sometimes it'll fill that middle one, and sometimes it doesn't quite get stopped soon enough. And most of the time, I haven't had any troubles. But yeah, well, mods are a constant thing. And he pulled up there, he's full. Okay, filled up, and off the races he goes. And down the road he goes. All righty. Let's see, we need to get to this bad boy. Get you out here. So did you have a good Easter holiday there, Farm Sim Freak? You eat too much ham or turkey or whatever your family eats? I know I ate quite a bit. Alright, so we need to go down here and click it up to the combine. We need to go to default, cart 214 cart weight, and 214 cart unload, and boom. And hopefully you'll get a call before you get in the way of a combine. Well, really, Dylan? You having that many troubles with your mods? I didn't have hardly any. I haven't had any troubles, honestly. Then again, there ain't all of these things you see here. All of these tractors. That 9630 there. That's I believe JHG's mod. Um, this Brent is don't quote me on whose mod that is. But it's a mod. The 9620, that's JHG's or is that Sid's? Who the heck put that out? Anyway, That's one of them guys' mod. I don't remember who who put out a modded version of those. Of course, this is JJ's from Northwest's mods, modding and mapping. Uh, no, that ain't either. This is Expendable Skinworth. Jeez, man, it's Monday. Anyway, and the distinction, I don't remember where I got it either, but it's a mod. Um, and I did. Every one of these things, I go in and I do my own little edits to. Oh, yeah, I see. I understand that. When you're busy, you're busy, and family comes first. I get that. Okay, so what do we need? We need mother bin truckload, and we need pick up and deliver. The old farm shop. Nope, I don't want to go to shop. I want to go to the grain bin unload, and we got corn. There we go, and off to the races you go, buddy. Yeah, that can be kind of a hassle when you play with mods. Keeping on top of the updates, especially script mods, because I play with a lot of script mods. The other day, I think I counted, and Farm Sim guy did his top 22 mod thing there. It's probably been a month ago now. Um, and he had 22 script mods that were his top ones, and I, I looked and I got like 100 some freaking script mods. It's a wonder I don't have more conflicts than I do. you know, yeah, between the vehicle editor mod over here, and then you got this mod over here for making your year thing, and then this mod up, you got courseplay, of course, and then I got this mod in here, which is actually I had a mod for that, but I did take it out because that is now part of the developmental tools mod. And then I got auto drive over here, and then I got, oh, look, we got unit convert mod, so, uh, oh, and we're playing with precision farming, and I got, oh, I got all kinds of mods, yeah, and I put my mods in folders per game and that kind of stuff, so it's not as bad as some, but like I think these are JHGs. But all of the articulated tractors, I love it when you hit that thing in there and you tell them not to run over fruit, but they do. And anyway, um, all of the articulated tractors that are out right now, if you don't know how to edit, I hate how they make them turn. They turn not right. So I go into the XML and make them turn like an articulated tractor is supposed to. I turn off that Ackerman steering thing. Does not belong in articulated mod. And I turn up the speed on the articulated axis. What are you backing up for? You have plenty of room, buddy. All right. This is one thing that they still have not fixed when it comes to courseplay. These things have been doing this for I don't know how long. You are correct, Dylan. You are correct. You are very correct. And Kadirka is very correct. But like I said, that guy, I don't know how he does that. And I've watched a couple of his tutorials, and I've watched a few other things, and and he can get the course play in the grain cart to work. And every time I've tried it, it does not work for me. It doesn't matter whether I use an articulated tractor or a two-track tractor, or I use a two-wheel drive, a standard frame two-wheel drive type tractor, whether it's front wheel assist or two-wheel drive, but You know, I have never had luck using Course Play's automated grain cart unload deal. It just doesn't work. And I don't know, part of that might be because I run multiple combines and multiple grain carts. I don't know if that's part of it. I don't know. So you get all this stuff set up like this, and then you turn around and you just babysit it because inevitably, Course Play. I don't need to be tabbing to that. Let's lock that out. And of course, see, he. This is the part of the whole auto drive faux pas you gotta fix once in a while. He wasn't enough grain in the mother bin, and he didn't fill that compartment. And he sat there and waited, and then, all right, you go on. But wasn't that hard of a fix. But still had to babysit it and fix it. That's the funny thing is you get all this automated mods, right? And then, oh, I can get it all set up and walk away, and I can go to another field and plant or plow or disc or cultivate or spray or whatever, while my Course Play automated stuff's just working like it's supposed to. And then you come back and you got 5 combines wrapped up around each other, and it's a mess because all it does is it turns it into an automated micromanagement thing you have to do next. See? And it didn't have enough corn in the mother bin, so that's why he, come on, that's why he pulled forward, because he pulled forward to the unload point. So I guess I probably could have used my smaller mother bin. Okay, I had great success in FS19 with Course Play. I think I got it to work on Farmville. Talking like 3 fields. You know, I had a heck of a time with 22 at the beginning and Course Play, because my problem was is I had a heck of a time getting used to the interface, the whole, going into here and in this thing and setting up your course, as opposed to where before you didn't have to do that. It was all part of your regular map. Man, it took me forever to get this all figured out. And then, of course, your settings for everything. And this is something I do. I don't do save the courses as much as I used to. When in 19, I saved them all the time. In this one, I don't hardly ever save them because I just create a new course every time. I don't, just in case something's different. I don't know. But yes, I totally agree. But now that they have it the way they have it, and then you have this menu in the copy thing, and once you get used to the new way of Course Play and the new interface, you'll appreciate it. You just gotta play it, and it's a repetitive thing. The more you do anything, the more you understand it, the more you remember how buttons approach. Um, just like anything else you do in life. But it took me forever to get used to the new interface. I hated it when it first came out. Oh, I cussed Course Play when it first came out. Oh, and I still cuss Course Play because it's Course Play. Let's face it. It will give you gray hairs if nothing else will. It's just because it's Course Play. But the creators of Course Play have done an awesome job pumping out updates. And then first, also, that was the other thing in 22, when it first came out in 22, man, it seemed like you'd no more get it updated, and there was another update. And then, like Dirk said, there for a little while, he didn't use much Course Play because he couldn't keep on top of the updates. And he was right. There for a while, it was like one a week, one every 5 days, and it's like, wow. But at least they were pumping them out, getting it so the more they've done, the better it works, the smoother it gets, and it works. I'm not discrediting Course Play's grain cart ability and how it works. I just know personally I can't ever get it to work right. And I know it works because, well, I've watched Dirk's videos and he's proved it. The compaction mod for bunkers. No, I don't think I have. I do have the new bunkers mod in where if you don't fill the bunker and you cover it and it starts making silage, then you can uncover it and add silage to it or chaff to it to make silage again. I did add that mod, um, but no, I oh no, I have not, Dylan. No, sir, I have not. Um, yes, I know that that's another one of them things that I know that it's supposed to work. Uh, and I really haven't watched anybody do it. Did FSG put a tutorial out on the bunker thing for courseplay? I thought maybe he did. I don't remember now. Somebody did, it seemed like. Um, but no, I have not. I personally I don't do enough animals, so that's probably why I haven't tried it on courseplay. As far as the farms go on here, you know, I don't have any animals yet. Right in here, from this point here, where I got my tank farm, I probably going to come up here and square this field off. And right in here, I am going to put a small feedlot in at some point. I just want to get my farm established in that before I do. Now, as of right now, Morris, the guy that I have the server with, it's actually his server, even though he says it's just as much mine as it's his. It's still his server. He's got a milk barn up here. Um, I see he's got my truck and anhydrous ammonia, which I think he hauled propane with it. But anyway, he's got a milk barn, and we did chop some of his silage the other night on a live stream like three live streams ago. And but other than that, no, we didn't use courseplay. But yeah, this is Morris's place here. He and this is part of why I'm doing live streams on this server. Because this way it will give my audience that likes this red stuff a chance to see it a little more diversified. So that's part of why I'm doing. I did a live stream somewhat setting up the single player stuff and ended up having a bunch of people in there and was having a good time. Got to rambling on and didn't get a whole lot of that single player save set up for the farm. Wake, welcome, Jake. How you doing? Hope you're having a good evening. Welcome to the stream. As I'm sitting here babbling and giggling on about much, and I don't know, a little bit of anything, everything. Anyway, this is Morris's place. He got a nice setup here, and then my cousin Tyler also plays with us, and this is his stuff. Looks like he's doing a corn contract up here, and this is his place. He doesn't have any animals yet either. A few of these things he's got over here. Hay equipment in the shop. And I parked my swathers the other night, and I'm not getting them things out again until next spring. I've done wait. I am good, Jake. I'm doing good myself. Glad to hear you're doing good. See what I mean? You knotheads. That's what I mean. That's all it is you automate this stupid stuff so you can. Why in the hell are you even like that in the first place, you stupid idiot? Well, I guess it fixed itself. But all you end up doing with course play when you play course play is just babysit the shitting thing, I swear to God. So, wouldn't be course play if you didn't have a catastrophe once in a while. What that guy? Oh, stop, stop, stop! I forgot to change that to nearest waypoint. Come on. AI, automatic idiots. You are correct, Jake. You are very correct. I see we got somebody else in join the stream. Welcome to the stream. You're not in chat per se, but welcome to the stream. And like I put in my description, course play antics, and we just had one. So there ain't any more truer thing than course play antics. So I guess AI could antiquated idiots also. There, that's another one. But I need to make sure I get these changed over to nearest waypoint. That way I don't do that again if I got to start them over. Always inadequate. That's another one. That's another good one. I I must give you guys kudos though because you come up with some pretty. Hi Jay, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. But anyway, I have to give you guys kudos because you come up with some uh, a lot better, cleaner terms than I come up with. Usually I get mad and it gets called those few choice words. So I got to give you kudos for that because usually I get to cussing and I'm like, use SOB and this, you know. And I have to laugh, like you say, about AI. And, you know, of course, Giants has been telling us every time they release a new version of a game that they make the AI better. Well, I'm sorry, but when you're using a regular hard worker in 22, it ain't any better than it was in 19. It's just as damn stupid as it was then, and I don't care if you buy the RTK thing, it doesn't help. That's one thing I have noticed that I have never ever noticed a difference in the AI from when you don't have the RTK antennas bought as when you do. As if any of you that are watching, have you ever noticed a difference? Because I never did. I didn't. It's kind of weird, but you know, you think you'd notice a major difference, but I don't. But I also don't use normal hired worker very often. Once in a while, if it's something straightforward, I will. Oh, well, thanks, Dylan. You know, I'm trying now that I am streaming to be a lot less cussing and stuff, but I'm only human, and unfortunately, it's part of my not very good human thing. I end up cussing more than I should, but and no, I'm not bragging about it. I'm not proud of it. And unfortunately, in society today, it's an okay thing. Everybody thinks it's okay, but I don't particularly think it's okay. I am trying to be a lot better about that. Oh, okay, Dylan. Well, I thought that you could the antenna thing for the weather was for the weather. made the weather more accurate. Which what's it matter when they keep putting this game out and they don't do anything with the weather anyway? Which it should be part of, in my opinion, should be part of the game. Get away from that so we can hear. But tools. See, I thought this thing was what made the weather, the weather station thing, made it improves weather forecast. And then the the come on, scroll wheel on my mouse. These like these buildings here that's got the RTK thing on it. It's supposed to make your AI workers to drive more precise and do their work faster. And this is what I was asking about. You got these two sheds that got the RTK base thing, and I always buy this one and kind of pretend it's a tool shed type thing. Anyway, I just you buy it, and I don't, like I said, I don't use the in-game AI very often. So, but when I didn't notice it was any smarter than it was before, and I didn't notice it go any faster or more precise, honestly. Oh, okay. Well, I don't play with I haven't played console since 13. But anyway, thanks guys for coming in and watching my stream. I really appreciate the support. I really appreciate the support. And I did finally get a link to your page there, Jay, and and I went and subscribed. I think last night I subscribed to your channel, Jimmyster or Jay or whatever you want to be called. Well, it helps. I haven't looked back since 13. I found out that you could use mods and yes, no, they now have mods for consoles, which is nice, but they don't have the script mods that we have for the PC that make the game more realistic. So um, that that's part of. I mean, playing a PC and PC games are. I know this is the age-old argument between a console diehard guy and a PC hard guy. I mean, I've played consoles ever since the Atari. I've been a gamer my whole life. And I remember playing computers when in school we had Commodore 64s and we played the original Oregon Trail, you know, that was were, everything was made out of colons and semicolons and it was DOS based and you hit the space bar, you had the time hitting the space bar just right so you see this little bloop thing come across out there to hit this stick figure deer. But anyway, so I've played both of them, grew up with both of them. But there are certain games on a PC that are superior than a console, and it's not the console's fault because the console's made. They put all the best stuff in it that when they release it, and then as soon as it's released, 2 months later, it's obsolete. Well, same thing with a computer, but at least with a computer you can exchange components and make it, change it. But anyway, so then you're stuck with this console until the new one comes out, and you can only play the games that they make for that console until the new ones come out, right? And they can only do so much with each new generation of consoles with the game. Now, today's consoles are way, way more. I mean, they're pretty much a computer, hence the reason why they cost $600 or $700. And to me, that's just ridiculous to buy something to play video games on TV. Uh, which for some reason I won't bat an eye to spend $2,000 on a computer, right? Which is just as ridiculous in some senses. But a computer is a multi-purpose tool which consoles are more multi-purpose than they used to be. You can surf the net with them now, and you can play Netflix and all that kind of stuff. Matter of fact, my Xbox One, I probably, after I bought it, I played it. I'll bet I haven't played that Xbox One 100 hours. But my old smart TV, the smart part of it messed up, so I was using it for Netflix. But anyway, as I was originally going to start saying before I got off on a tangent, which, boy, I must be really good at that, about PCs is I always liked PCs because you could play more complex games at the time. And not necessarily farm sim. I mean complex games like World War II stuff back in the day, even though it was still hex based, was just awesome. That you could never play on. What are you doing, dummy? I love it. I love the whole thing with courseplay, right? We'll go in here. Courseplay. Where is this? Avoid driving and fruit activated. That is one thing I've noticed about courseplay. It never works. Oh, okay, Dylan. Well, from what I understand, Jay, the whole script thing is a Sony thing. Isn't that what everybody's been saying? That Sony's the one that's put the copyright thing and kibosh on script mods. They won't allow script mods. I don't know if, I don't think it's a Microsoft thing. I think it's Sony's the one that won't allow it. So, from what I heard, don't hold me to that for sure. Which to me, it's like, come on, why does it matter? I mean, you've already made $700 on everybody that buys one, and then 60 to $90 on the damn games. Well, looks like we're going to get this field hammered out all right. All right, so we got two combines sitting there. It needs to be unloaded. What are you doing, dummy? This guy's the one that only gets paid $2 an hour. The other guy gets paid 12, if we couldn't tell. Okay, so you're planning path. Get her done. I'll bet. I'll bet this combine here has got him all goofed up. And why are you backed out like that? I'll bet that's what it is. I'll bet this combine's the one he's wanting to unload, and we're sitting the way it's sitting. He's got it all goofed up. There again, another weird courseplay thing. Why the hell don't you just sit here like this? Like, why do you got to back up? You ain't in the way of nothing. Oh, really? Well, I will try not to rant very hard about the whole forest and logging thing. That's another one of them things you won't see on my channel. I have had a major disdain for the logging thing since 17 when it was added. I always have hated it. It's not farming. Yeah. Oh, if you were watching my stream the other night when I was picking up bales, there's no way in heck I'd do them bale contracts without not a loading trailer. Because I couldn't. I know there's some guys that put out content and uh, stuff like that they load them bales on a bale trailer by hand with a tractor loader and bale forks and that kind of stuff. And they do a good job of it. But man, I tell you what, the other night after the stream, I was talking to Morris, and I looked at my balers and how many bales. Anybody care to take a care of guess how many bales that I have on my 3 balers from doing bale contracts on this map um, in this since this spring? Because that for some reason that stupid start in the spring mod, which I think is a great mod, I like the idea of starting in spring when you're starting on a map. But what it ended up doing is all the NPCs, which if you look at the farm ground, this is mine. I'm purple. Tyler's green, and Morris is red or pink, and Grim is orange. So everything that's not colored is an NPC for contracts. And when we started spring mod, I kid you not, other than like 4 fields or 5 fields, and then our fields at the time was all planted in grass, except for those 4. I think it was like 4 fields, and they were oats. This whole map was grass, so everything was baling contracts. I had to run around with the developmental tools mod and force plant a bunch of the fields and other stuff, so we had something to do other than bale hay. I but even after I did that, I still left a few of them with hay, because they were okay money makers. You just get tired of doing it. But anyway, so I added it up, and I was just short of 8,000 bales on my 3 balers. Now, by farm sim standards, that's a hell of a lot of bales. But I can also thank doing those contracts and those almost 8,000 bales, for some of the equipment I have. But wow. So needless to say, when I backed the old swathers in the shed for the winter, I was a happy camper because I'm done with baling contracts. Even though we still have some, I'm gonna let some of the other guys have them. I'm. Come on, where's my contracts at? There they are. See, look, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 baling contracts still. Ugh. And I got it automated. I got it all figured out. Works good with the way I can set it up. But you still get tired of doing it. Yeah, Jay, that was pretty. That's what I thought. I was quite surprised that I had that many, that many bales. I I got 3,000 on one of the balers, and then one of the newest baler one. I didn't buy it right away. That one John Deere baler, it doesn't have it. It's only got a little over 2,000 on it, and the other one's just shy of 3,000 or something like that. And then on top of it, the one swather that I bought, I had to rebuy another one because I edited those swathers because I wanted a higher road speed for moving between fields and stuff. And you know, I and I know our John Deere W235, you can go, was it 22 mile an hour down the road, and then the swather, that's just crazy. Because I remember when them old self-propelled swathers can barely do 12 going down the road. But anyway, I think I edited them so they went like 24, 25. I edit so it's more playable for me. What seems more comfortable. I don't go crazy like some of them guys. They put them edits out of there so they go 70 mile an hour and hold 250,000 liters and all that other stuff. I don't do that. And as far as the speeds of the heads and stuff, I edit them so we harvest about 9 mile an hour, 10 mile an hour. In game, it just feels about right. 6 mile an hour in game, which compared to real life, most harvesting is even slower than 6 mile an hour. Most of the time, if you're combining corn at 6 mile an hour, most of the time, you're not bragging about what you got for yield. I mean, that's just normal. I mean, you know, some of them probably can go faster. The new X9 and that probably, I know our 680
in average corn, about 5.5 is about where I push it. It just combine's good there. But anyway, what I'm getting at is a 6 mile an hour in this game just seems like you're going 2 miles an hour, and it drives me nuts. So, no, I don't go crazy and go 50 mile an hour like some people edit their mods to do. I 9 or 10 just feels right for the game to me. So even though I say I play realistic, I'm probably not 100% realistic as somebody in DJ DJ's stream the other day mentioned when I was talking about it. He said realistic-ish. So maybe that's what I need to start trying to put on my new manners. Realistic-ish. Yeah, maybe it was you that said that the other day, Dylan. Maybe it was you. I don't remember now, but that's. But so for the most part, I do try to play pretty realistic. So realistic-ish. Within reason. Like the auto load for the bales. I mean, that one field 4 that I streamed the first baling contract on, and I streamed here 4 days ago last week sometime. You know, field 4's how many acres is field 4? Let's look real quick. Field 4 up here. This is field 4. This is the one we did the contract on, and it's not going to tell me because that's stupid. I do not. Does anybody else like the stupid new number thing for the fields? Instead of it's just actually the field instead, but no, it's this new land area thing. I hate it. Drives me nuts. So it's 283 counting this one. So, all right, we'll get out of here. Map overview. Go to field 4. And what's it tell me field 4 is? What's my field information thing tell me? Field area 5. Field area 4, 177 acres. So, anyway, we ended up with right at, was it? What was it? Not, just shy of 900 bales off of that field. Oh, okay. But anyway, it was just shy of 900 bales on that field. And there just is no way I'm going to go around and pick up all 900 square bales by hand. Um, I'm not even going to consider picking up 900 bales with the in-game or the modded Anderson bale mover. I mean, at 16 bales at a time, there's just no way. Now, mind you, I wish we had a little bit better auto load for the bales. I don't I don't like the wheels on the auto load. I hate the wheels. I'll get out here and go look. As far as the drop deck part of this trailer, they did an awesome job. This trailer looks nice. But these stupid dumb wheels, I can't stand these wheels. I don't like any of the wheels options. They're just ugh. It throws the whole mod off. Come on. There's enough trailers that have nice semi wheels that you could have used to put on that trailer. Now, the other mod that got put out here not too long ago that is that I like, but I'm not huge into round bales, and that's another one of them things. In real life, I like round bales, but as far as is it? No, it's in low loaders. Low loaders, low loaders. Um, is the guy that put the auto load round bales on this globe. This is a sharp trailer. I like this drop deck. See what I mean? He's got nice wheels on it. This is a nice trailer. But he only put round bales for the auto load on it. He didn't put square or the cotton bales. I'm really disappointed in that. But I really like this drop deck. It's a sharp mod. All right, there we go. Rambling on probably lost. Yeah, I'm down to 2 viewers, so I probably lost everybody by rambling on and going off on my little tangent. Sorry, guys. Anyway, uh, I've already went a little bit longer than the stream than I thought I was gonna go. Let's see. I started at 8:30. We're almost 10. I went an hour and a half. So yeah, Dylan, I agree. My modding is I know how to edit XMLs and stuff, and I've been into Giants editors and did a few things here or there. Now for 22, I haven't done a heck of a lot of anything in Giants editor. I did a few little tried to do some map edits early with Giant editor, and for some reason you go in and all you do is delete a fence in a spot, and it would throw off. So when you rezipped everything up, it would make all of the cell points disappear. And I could never figure out why it would do that by just deleting a damn fence, you know. But anyway, I did more in Giants editor in 17 and 19 as far as messing with some wheels and doing some stuff. And then, but for some reason in 22, I haven't done that much in Giants editor. Um, Most all of my expertise stuff that I can tell you how to do stuff and make edit mods to make them so they're a little more real is all XML stuff, you know. Really. So we're done. We're gonna kill you, and get the heck out of the way. Anyway, me and Course Play made somewhat short work of this field. Not that it's a very huge field, three combines, but everything worked out okay for the most part. Only a couple faux pas or messed up antics. So I got one of my cornfields harvested. This is a busy month. We got a lot of harvesting to do between contracts and our own fields, and got wheat to plant and make sure we get planted, and barley and stuff. So got a lot of stuff that can go on. Park you over here out of the way, because I think we'll probably go to field 212 next, 104 next, and 185 is done, but I'll probably do some contracts. Yeah, see, you look at let me look at the map on what's, come on, zoom out all the way here. We got a lot of the map that we got plenty of contracts for harvesting we can do. So, and we don't have hardly any soybeans ready. I have one little field of soybeans over here. My big field over here by the house isn't ready yet. But yeah, I feel you there, Dylan. There's some things that I wish we had in the game that we don't have in the game. All right, let's get you going. Finish hauling the grain bin. You know, I wish somebody had made some 50 series John Deeres that were decent mods. We got an 8650 and an 8850 out there, and the 8850 is okay. Uh, and that 8650, not, I mean, kudos to the guy making a mod. I mean, he's doing better than I am there, but it's not a very good mod. But, you know, like the guy that made the 8850, why didn't he make a pack, you know, so you had the 8450, 86, 80, yeah, 8450, 8650, 8850. You know, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see the 40 series John Deere four-wheel drives, you know, your 8240, 8440, 8640, because they didn't have an 8840, and even the 30 series. for those guys that like to, and I like the old Sound Guard series of John Deere's. But I see Julian F. modding, yeah, is I had to laugh at DJ Goham the other day when he was talking about that on his on his on his farm sim news, showing the picture of that tractor, and he's like, I have no idea what that is. And I'm going, oh, that's a Case Agri King series, buddy. Either a 970 or a 1070 or a 1370 or even 1570. Did they have a 1570? But anyway, but that's me and being a farmer, and I'm a tractor guru. I've always loved tractors. Yes, that's what I was talking about just right now. Yeah, EY modding. Yeah, he's done a really good job. The only thing I noticed that he messed up on is, yeah. Oh, I'm a green guy too. I pretty much pee that green paint. I like my green stuff. And then of course I also like versatile. The first big four-wheel drive tractor I ran was a versatile, so they have a soft spot in my heart for big four-wheel drive versatiles. But and big buds. Who the heck can't like a big bud, right? But anyway, EY's modding is doing an awesome job. I agree, but he has his 40 20 that he let out, that he messed it up. There's some mess ups there. He's got the 4010 and the 4000 and the 4020 all the same horsepower, and they weren't. I believe a 4010 was like 75 horse. 4020 was 85 90 horse, and the 4000, believe it or not, was actually more horsepower than both the 4010 and the 4020. It was almost a 100 horse tractor. So in XML, he's got them so they're all exactly the same horsepower, and they're not. Um, and he also has the 4010, and I understand why he did it, so he didn't have to have a bunch of different modeling. But the 4010, he's got a side console for the hydraulics on it, and the 4010 never had a side console. As a matter of fact, the early 4020s also did not have a side console. That was a later 4020 that had the side console for the hydraulics. It was all up on the dash. And 4010s, if it was a synchro, it had two levers instead of one lever, I believe. But anyway, despite that, he did as far as he's probably one of the best 4000, 4010, 4020 mods out there. Now he just needs to give us a 3020. And this is another one of them things that, and I'm not bad mouthing FSG. I really like him. For a British guy playing American style farming, he just blows me out of the water how accurate he usually is. But his new generations thing, he's way off. He's off on the 4320. He put it in there, was talking about it being a 90 or horse, 95 horse tractor. No, 4320 was not. I believe a 4320 was 125 horse. It's a lot bigger tractor than what he thinks it is. And it's also newer. 4320s are like, I want to say 72, 73-ish, right? Am I right, Dylan? Um, so, I was kind of surprised he went that route instead of just going with a 4020 or even a 4010. He'd have been more accurate for what he was trying to achieve there. Yeah, I agree, Dylan. I think as far as 80s and 90s go, about the only thing we really have for spray stuff is that John Deere 9000 tricycle thing or whatever. It got converted, didn't it? And then of course we got a few pull type things that are kind of there. All right, what do we got going on here? A mess, a mess, a mess, a mess. Here I am, yak yakking. BSing and need to be taking care of this mess here. There we go. Get this guy out of your way so you can finish doing the automated thing and be done with it. And that other guy, I think, needs to go dump. Yeah, I've been kicking around the idea for, doing two save games. Doing the one on Evergreen that I have, and keeping the bigger equipment and kind of starting out in that 2090s, late 90s era as far as the tractors and stuff goes. And I think I'm going to use use STS combines there, this STS 70 series. Um, I might use a 60 series. I just need to get it dug out of my mods and get it put in that save game. And you are unloaded, so we just will shut that off. But anyway, I've been kicking around the idea of doing more of a, because I like the old iron, especially the old John Deere sound guards and that kind of stuff. I just have a hard time playing with smaller equipment. But I've been kicking around the idea anyway of doing something with, the 80s, trying to get into the 80s, I guess. I know the squad did it, and a few other people have, but not very many people have really dived hard into that era of farming. Uh, Pleasant View, he does it in some of his, in some of his live streams that he's been doing. He and I really like Pleasant View. He's a pretty cool guy. I met him and we were talking about gleaners because I started. Uh, I got a diesel mechanics degree and went to work for out of college. I went to work for a Ford New Holland dealership, and then from there, I didn't. I was only there a couple of years, and then I moved and went to work for a friend of mine doing remodeling stuff before I got back into mechanicing. And first combine I ever learned how to mechanic on was Gleaner. I went, hey, welcome to the stream. But anyway, the first one I never worked on was a Gleaner. So that's what I cut my teeth on when it come to working on combines. And I know the people that love Gleaners either love them or they hate them. I mean, Gleaner gets that silver cedar thing, and it's a good thing they're silver because you can fix them with duct tape and all that blah, 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 blah thing, right? But when it comes to a combine, whether it was an old F, an old M, an old L, any of those combines were pretty darn simple combines. I went to Wyotech in Laramie, Wyoming, Dylan, is where I went to school for my diesel mechanics degree. And uh, the reason I went there is because I took a 6 month course, and in 6 months, I had a degree in diesel mechanics. I didn't have to go to a 2 year tech college and take English and math and history, stuff that don't teach you a damn thing or darn thing about knowing that bolt's a 5/8 bolt and you need to put a inch and an eighth on it, or what. It doesn't teach you any of that. Cool, that's cool. Um, at the time, it was either going to be a Wildtech or that. What is that school in? Is it in Lawrence, Kansas? There's a John Deere school down there, tech school for diesel mechanics. But it's another one. It's a 2 year one, not a 6 months one. So that's where I was. That's where I went to school. But anyway, anyhow, I befriended Pleasant View, and I played with him for a little while on his server, and I really enjoyed him. And then we switched up maps, and he's still a good guy, but I lost interest in the map that we switched up to, so ended up I ended up quit playing with him on his server. But I'm still, a member of his Discord, and a good friend. A friend I consider. I hope he. And I told him, it wasn't anything he did. I just didn't like the map that we switched to, and I didn't. He really likes playing, and not necessarily old equipment, but he really likes playing that 6 row and 4 row stuff, and which is great. And he's modded for it and made some good mods for it. And I can't make myself do that. That 4 row and 6 row stuff, and even some 8 row stuff, kind of just I pulls my hair out. I mean, I like 12 row and up when it comes to the equipment. And everybody's got their niche, right? Everybody's got their little thing that they like, and that's what you should cater your channel to. Cater your and for him is modding too, and he's a very talented guy. I've seen him. The more he does, the more he improves. He's really done a lot for that Gleaner N6 that he come out with. He's done some more to it. He's added some more stuff to it here lately, and it's pretty sharp mod. And he did a really good job on Alice 8000s. So there is some equipment out there for the 80s. So I've been kicking around the idea of one of my single player games being in doing the 80s stuff, kind of. I just need to try to find some more 12 row for 80s stuff. Like I know that there's a Cyclo Air international planner, um, but it's 12 row. And 17 and 19, we had a 7200 John Deere Maximerge that was a 12 row that used to do that piano fold thing. But anyway, how many people did I go with that needed to be taught bolt sizes? Oh, Dylan. Oh, that when I went to Wildtech, and that was back in Wildtech's heyday. They had a kind of a mess up here, and then they sold, and Wildtech's back in business and back teaching again, and they got a hell of a facility over there in Laramie. But when I went, they were in their heyday. I went in 90, fall of 95, spring of 96. No, fall of 94, spring of 95, because I graduated in 94. Um, and you want to talk about a diversity of different people that were there. It was not only was it a learning experience from learning to be a diesel mechanic, which I've just had a natural ability being mechanically inclined anyway. Um, but uh, we had a kid there from Maine. Had a couple kids from Alaska, a couple kids from California somewhere, and then of course there was kids like me, farm kids. There's kids from Montana that are farm ranch kids, and a couple from Wyoming and a couple from Nebraska. But it was pretty cool to meet some of them people that were from part of the country that I had no clue how they do things there. Like me, I was there over Thanksgiving, for example, and I we were all going home for Thanksgiving, and the one kid from Maine was staying. He wasn't going to go home. And I told him, I says, well, you're more than welcome to come to our house and stay at my place. If you want to come there, just so you're with some kind of a family atmosphere type thing, if you want to come, I'd invite you back to my place for the weekend. And he says, no, he said, I'm going to stay here. I'm all right. He says, my dad's sending me a bunch of fresh lobster. I go, oh, well, hell, I think maybe I'll stay here with you then. But, in Maine, where that's one place I would like to go visit sometime and have a fresh Maine lobster caught there. Not red lobster where you pay $50 a pound for the thing. Anyway, and I just know I know how, where I grew up. I'm not sure if it's the same where you grew up, because you're eastern, southeastern areas, so you're closer to probably some seafood too. But where I grew up, Thanksgiving we've always had turkey, always. That was turkey and stuffing and all that stuff. And for him, they have lobster for Thanksgiving. Oh, I got a huge bucket list of my own, Dylan, a huge one, and it was it was pretty cool to see the difference in people and how they grew up and what they're used to and that kind of stuff, which I've run into being on Farm Sim and being part of servers and in different communities through the years that I've played Farm Sim. So it's pretty cool. I mean, that was one of the things about school I really enjoyed was that. So anyway, well, what are we gonna do here? In 15 minutes, it will turn it into a 2-hour stream. So I'm going to go. I think we will move equipment to 212 and probably call it a night after I get equipment moved. How's that sound? Yeah, your bucket list. Yeah, I got a huge bucket list. I got more things that I wanted to go do in my life than I got time and money to do. I mean, unfortunately, I chose to be in a profession of farming or stuff where affording certain things is almost out of my. But someday when I retire, I'm a huge World War II buff. There's a lot of historical places that's tied to World War II that I would love to go visit. What field is that? 211? 212. Need to go to 212. Um, so, yeah, I got a huge bucket list of stuff I'd like to go do. Someday I would love to get to go to the Smithsonian, because I'm huge into World War II airplanes. On top of being a World War II buff, I've always loved Corsairs and P-51 Mustang's all right, but I'd take a Corsair over it any day. That's just a personal thing, preference. Oh yeah, you're right. That's why I'm saying I would love to go to France and go to Utah Beach, and go to some of those museums like that museum and that statue they added over in France with honoring the Band of Brothers stuff, um, and go to England and see some of that, and in Italy and eat authentic Italian food because this boy likes his pasta. and um, uh, I've been to Japan because my grandma was quarter Japanese. So I've been there, but I didn't get to go to a museum there. I wanted to, but it was on a separate island from where my great uncle lived, so we didn't get to go. If we'd let him know before we got there, he could have set up a trip and we could have went. But in Japan, the whole World War II thing in Japan is still pretty. And this was in 19. When did I go to Japan? I was a freshman, so it was like 1990, 1989, somewhere in there when I got to go. And even at that late of a time period from World War II, you just didn't talk about it much in Japan because it was still a pretty hush eyesore. They were, the Japanese people themselves, not the government people, were pretty embarrassed by how that war was and what has had happened from their standpoint. So you know they have some museums and that kind of stuff over there, but nothing like the museums you'll see that kind of stuff in the United States or other parts of the country or world. But yeah, there's a lot of things I like to see. I did get to go to um, when I did. had moved and was working for that Alice or Agco Alice dealership and learning how to work on combines and gleaners at the time. Oh, I see I got 4 people in. I got a couple more people come into this stream. Yeah, welcome to the stream. I'm just kind of rambling along here with Dylan about our bucket lists and military stuff that we like. We just got done finishing a contract here on the, or not finishing a contract, just got done finished doing my cornfield here. And of course, you dumb knothead. Why do they do that? There's a collision there, but yet I have altered this so they could go around. One of these things about this map that irks me. Why would you make a map that has nothing but big equipment on it but a stupid bridge like this on here? So anyway, yeah, there's a lot of things I'd love to do that, anyway, as I was talking about, I did get to go to the Quad Cities once, and I went to the Rock Island Armory and some of that stuff over there. Went to International Harvester Works in Moline, right? Because it's Quad Cities is Rochester, Moline, and geez, I can't remember. Anyway, went to some of the museums over there. That was enjoyable. The Rock Island Armory thing was pretty cool. All right, so did we get all 3 of them? Oh yeah, of course, Dylan. That's the biggest reason why I want to go to the Smithsonian's to the Air and Space Museum. You know, I've had friends that went, and they everybody tells me if you're going to go to the Smithsonian, you need to plan for like a week so you can go see everything because you just can't see it in a couple days. There's so much there, from what I've heard. I thought it, and when I went, they weren't producing guns and stuff like they are again, back then. That I don't think they were. That's something that they started doing not, fairly recently ago again. So, um, it was a really good museum. But there again, that was before 1911 or 9/11. A lot of things have changed when it comes to museums and what you can do and what you want to see. Um, oh, that reminds me, another thing I want to do someday is I am gonna go to Hawaii. I want to go see the Arizona Memorial in Pearl Harbor. My boss, I could not believe this, went to Hawaii 3 years ago or 4 years ago. They went to Hawaii, and he didn't go see the Arizona Memorial. I looked at him and I go, why would you go to Hawaii? Even if you're not a huge history person or a military person or war person, as far as history buff, why would you go to Hawaii and not go to the Arizona Memorial? I just couldn't believe they didn't go. Oh, I am pretty sure of that, Dylan. I'm pretty sure of that it isn't. But it's a story that needs to be told. This whole we don't want it to teach history and we don't want to teach all that kind of stuff. That stuff needs to be told. Them kids need to know about that. So, because history repeats itself. As sad as it is, it does. And something like that it needs to be told. And of course, you're going to go around the other way because you're closer to this other way. Well, fine. Let's go that way. And but yeah, I like museums. If you're a big gun person, if you ever get a chance, you need to go to Cody, Wyoming, and go to the Buffalo Bill Museum up there because Winchester uh, it moved their museum there, and that museum has got a whole. It's a it's all guns and it's just not Western guns. It's not just Colt single actions. It's not just lever action Winchesters and stuff. It's got all kinds of guns in there. It was, and when we went, I was 8 years old. I'd like to go back, and I'm actually close enough. I could. I just there again, money and always farming and working the hours you work and not taking. I just need to take the time and just do it. Is what needs to happen, I guess. So you need to go to. I went past it. 212. 212. 212. Well, I agree, Dylan. Uh, it depends on how the age of the kid and what they're used to. That's just like TV. I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here again. I don't know if anybody's watched me enough to know that I kind of go off on these tangents once in a while. But um, I watch INSP and I watch old reruns of westerns. Bonanza, Gunsmoke, Wagon Train, I'm drawing blank, Laramie, Rawhide, uh, cheese, High Chaparral. But what really irks me is nowadays, and you watch any of those older channels like INSP, Me TV, Yes, what's the other one? There's another one that's similar to Me TV. Um, but anyway, it play reruns of those old sitcoms and old shows and stuff like that. And they put up these cultural warning now. There's a warning before each show that this culturally doesn't just depictate the way views are now or something. I don't remember. So it's like, okay, I get a warning if I'm sitting here on the couch with my daughter watching Gunsmoke, but when Yellowstone, that is this huge show that everybody thinks is just cool, comes on, and you got Beth Dutton running out to this stock tank, buck naked, smoking a cigarette with 4/5 of frickin' whiskey, one in each hand, drinking and messing around with whoever the heck she wants. And then you got Kevin Costner over here taking somebody to the train station and putting a bullet in the back of his head and then burying them and all this other stuff. That's okay to watch. That's okay to watch with your kids, right? But I can't watch Gunsmoke with my kids, which Gunsmoke or Bonanza dealt with more cultural problems and differences within the shows than any of these new ones do. I just don't get it. To me, it's just wrong, backwards. Okay, that's enough of that rant. Okay, anyway. And for the people that like Yellowstone, there's nothing wrong with that show for what it is. I just, I, I'm on season finale of the fourth season. I haven't watched it in the fifth season now already. I haven't watched any of the fifth season. You know, to to me, it's it's overhyped. But that's just my opinion. better call John Deere and order a new cabin window. Let's see, we got a auto drive full paw happening back here. Park the semis over here, I think, for now. Oh, fiddle fooey. You, I'll shut you off. And you, we will shut you off. I really need to get with Kadirk himself on a more personal. I talked to him once when he used to be on his server all the time, a couple of times. I ask him, how do you do the crash counter thing? Because I think him and I could run a contest, and here lately I could probably beat him on how many caches I got. Jeez. Unless, of course, we're only talking about crashes I cause, not what courseplay causes. Okay. Everything's over here except for the mother bin, and it's on its way. And this field's smaller than the other one, so it won't take long to knock out this field. And we're right at 2 hours right now for the stream. So actually, thanks for coming in, Dylan. I appreciate you coming in, man. You help me keep my stream going and help me stream longer than I thought it was gonna. When I first started, I didn't sleep. Like I said, I was tired, didn't sleep all that much last night. So I was thinking that my stream was not going to be much more than an hour. Hopefully, you've enjoyed my stream. Like I said, I really am working on the whole language thing. I know it slips out there because it's just part of my everyday life, but I'm trying. I'm trying. Well, thank you. I'm glad you did enjoy it. I know I'm different. I know that, but then again, you got to be different in order to get certain people in your channel. You can't do the same thing as everybody else, but I want to be entertaining. I want to be uh, interactive with my chat like anybody else does. And when you only get 5 or 6 people in your chat, there ain't any reason why you can't be interactive with your chat. I just wish when we had 5 or 6 people in there that the other 3 or 4 people had chats on it. That's kind of weird when you get people in there. You only got 4 or 5 people in there. How sometimes the other people don't chat, and it's like, now's your chance, chat, because I can see it. I can chat with you, and I can get to know you one on one. Where, you get into when your channel gets bigger, and you get 400 people in there trying to chat, and and thanks. I really appreciate you saying that. Anyway. But you get all them, you get bigger, and you get more people that's in your chat constantly, and you get the people chatting, and you miss them, and you don't mean to miss them. You just can't follow 500 or 150 or 200 people in a live stream chatting. You're just gonna miss people's questions or saying hi. Um, so it's like now where I'm only getting 3 to 7 people in here. Come on, chat. I'm not gonna bite your head off for chatting. Ask a question. Say something. Say hi. I don't because you got a chance. I'm going to see it now. I mean, anyway, uh, so I suppose we'll wait for the mother bin to get here. Unless he's hung up on something. I'll bet he's hung up on that damn stupid. Where you at, mother bin? There you are. There you are. All right, it's coming. He's coming. There we go. Dylan, I'm sure it is. It's a blessing because when you get that many people, then you got you're at least above 1,000 subs, I hope, um, and you're monetized. So it's a blessing because you got a big support following for that part of it. But it's a curse on the other side of it because you miss people and you don't mean to miss people when you get that big. There ain't no way you can follow 250 people chatting at the same time in a stream. You know, there just ain't no way. And play, and actually and play the game and set stuff up, and not you have to look away from your chat. And and the other thing I've been noticing too, I was up to 34 subscribers the other day, and I don't know, maybe they don't like who I am or whatever. I dropped clear down to 28, and I'm like, why? If you don't like my channel, stay subscribed. Just don't come watch me, because that subscribe thing doesn't cost nothing. So if anybody's been into my stream or in here now, I see we got 3 people. And you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna sound like a broken record, like all the other guys do. Hit subscribe, like, and hit the bell button. But it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. I mean, even if you never watch my channel again, at least subscribe, and then that way it helps me at least get monetized. Anyhow, yeah, and I don't necessarily want to be big. I just want to put some entertainment out there and interact with the public and get to know people across the world, and I don't know, entertain, and I would like to be monetized just to have a little bit of additional income. I think it'd be nice to have some little additional income, especially in today's society, as tough as it is. Um, but anyway, I guess that's me kind of whining and begging, and I don't want to be sound like I'm whining and begging either. But it'll all come with due time, and from what I can tell, it's uh, from what I can tell, as far as content and getting subscribers and building, you got to be consistent. Which right now with my single player vids, I am not consistent. Um, and I've been cranking out live streams lately because live streams, from what I can see, get you, because you have to have 1,000 subscribers, but you also have to have 4,000 watch hours on top of it in order to get monetized. So you get one person comes in and watches you and will stay with you for 2 hours or hour and a half or 2.5 hours when you're live streaming. That counts as 2 hours towards your hourly goal that you have to have. So live streaming is where you're going to get your hours for that goal. Um, I've gained a few subs from live streaming here or there, but otherwise, I and everybody that has subscribed, I appreciate it. Everybody that has come, I appreciate it. I appreciate boy Bonehead for giving me a shout out the other day and coming over. Also, some of his followers. I appreciate DJ DJ something or another. I'm horrible about names and it's not good. He come in here earlier today, right at the beginning of the stream. He was in here. I'm pretty sure he was. Maybe not. Um, but Jake and Jimister, I appreciate those guys too. Jimister's got a small channel he's just starting out too, so go go show him the love. Um, DJ something or another. I can't think of his name. Anyway, uh, he promoted me the other day a little bit and come over and is helping. And even though I'm a dinky guy, ain't got much out there. I'll promote channels too. Hey, it's a farm sim community, and the more we can do to promote each other and help each other and grow the community, not just a channel, the community is the way I look at it. So, like Kadirk. You hear me talk about Kadirk a lot, and I like Kadirk. He's a great content he's a great content creator, farm sim guy. He is an awesome content creator. Um, so when I say little things here or there that about him not being exactly correct with his 4320, that's not taken away from his content. That's not taken away from the person he is. He's a great person. Uh, Argsy, that he's friends with. I haven't watched much of Argsy, but from what I've been around, I mean, he's a good guy too. A lot of those guys are pretty good guys. So anyway, I do wish that I would get a little more support from some of the bigger guys. I've kind of put myself out there to them and kind of got blowed off, but they're busy. They ain't got time. I get it. But anyway, that's just part of life. Uh, it's a community, and they're good people, and I'm proud to be part of it. At some point, I would like to put. I'm going to do some real life farming content put on here too, um, from the standpoint of a hired man, where most all farm channels that's out there that I know about. You know, Larson's Farms. I'm a huge watcher of them. I follow them. Welker's, Millennial Farmer, Cole the Corn Star, Laura Farms, Brian's Farming, all those guys. I watch all of them. And every one of those, the people that put those vids out own the farms, or their fathers own the farms, or they're part of the family farm. So I would like to do some farming stuff and more of a standpoint from the hired man side of it is something I want to do. But anyway, I've rambled on now for another 10 minutes and didn't really need to be, didn't mean to. But I think that's going to be a stream. We got one field done. We got equipment moved over here to this field, and my schedule, I think, for now that I'm going to shoot for, where I was cranking out the live streams like I was last week, I'm not going to probably be able to do that now. We are busy in my real farm life. We are really busy. We're behind, and it's just going to be in 2 weeks from today. I should be planting corn, so that's why I want to do some of the live farm content. But anyway, I think my schedule is going to be I'd like to do like Monday, Wednesday, and I haven't decided whether it's going to be a Friday or a Saturday for live streams. And then single player stuff is, I know consistency helps there too, but as of right now, it's just going to be whenever you get it. Yeah, you know, and most of the live streams will probably be on this server and what we're doing here. Once in a while, I might do a live stream if I'm setting something up on my single player because I want to do two single players, I think. So anyway, with that said, I appreciate everybody that's been here and put up with my rambling and my opinionated banter for the last 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Um, so with that, I will catch everybody on the flip side, and we'll see you in the next stream.